Awesome. Hi, I am Rebecca Morrison, and you're tuning in to WWT Cisco Live Shorts. We're on day 2 of Cisco and interview 2 of our shorts today. I'm joined here by Tim Cappel. Thank you for coming.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're going to talk all things hybrid, work, WebEx, Cisco collaboration. Per the earlier interviews, I'm going to kind of plug your contributions to our platform, which is wwt.com. I have written on my card, video star, exclamation point.
Right.
So
self-appointed video star.
And as we discussed before we started rolling, look at me while we're talking, not at the camera, even though that's what you're
Yes,
burning to do.
Of course, yes.
Burning to do with your unbox. We had nothing to unbox.
I know, it's very sad.
I apologize.
Yeah,
There's no technology for you to tap into to demo.
I needed a break.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I tease you a little bit. I may have co-starred in a couple videos with you too.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
listen, you know, we're used to being on camera together.
That's right.
So 26 of your total contributions to you've had 26 total contributions to WWT.com, period.
Right.
14 of those have been videos.
That's it?
That's it. Well, now we have 15 with this.
Oh,
so,
perfect.
Okay, we've got that
All
going.
right.
So, yeah, Tim is a very familiar face on WWT.com. Right now, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
So, I'm a pretty simple guy. I have 3 wonderful children under the age of 10, so I'm literally aging day by day faster than probably I should. A lovely wife, certainly, too.
Who's not aging at all.
No, she is.
It's like reverse.
Exactly. And this is my second time in Vegas over the last 2 weeks, so they are
golly.
very excited for me to not be at home. But
I was going to say, which one of you is more tired, you or your wife?
you know what? My wife probably. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
But other than that, love working at WWT, certainly. Love technology, love sports, basketball, all that good stuff.
How long have you been at WWT?
11 wonderful years.
Okay, fantastic. So, pre-children.
Yes, just barely.
Just
absolutely.
barely.
Yep.
Gotcha, cool. Well, so here we are in Vegas at Cisco Live. Which keynotes, announcements, sessions have you attended thus far that have really piqued your interest? What do you see on the agenda that you're like, oh, I want to learn more about?
I loved the keynote today. Seeing Chuck walk out on stage, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it was just cool to see.
Yeah.
And of course, he made the cliche jokes around, hey, I haven't seen you guys in a while, and all that good stuff. But so just that general, and obviously there's a lot going on in the world today. It's interesting to hear somebody in his role talk about that from a different perspective, and so that was really cool to see.
Yeah.
Other than that, as far as sessions goes, cloud calling, which is a huge thing. Something necessarily that I don't have to deal with day to day, being in meetings and stuff like that.
What is cloud calling?
Cloud calling would basically be your cloud platform, calling platform in the cloud instead of on-prem.
Okay.
So that's going to become a big thing, or it is a big thing. But other than that, really how Cisco is viewing, the changing world of work, right? Hybrid. You mentioned hybrid work. There's so much information that that we're talking about, not only in the booths but also in the sessions.
Yeah.
And I would say the final thing is smarter buildings. Spaces, intelligent spaces. I think it's something that before the pandemic was a big deal. Now it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
So the stuff that they're thinking about 5 years, 10 years from now, that's really interesting.
Yeah. So future forward looking with all that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so you've touched on this a little bit already, but can you tell us what you think is important for our customers to know, from Cisco Live here, given that you do a lot of work in hybrid work, hybridly, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What do our people need to know?
I think that it's important to know that there are so many tools out there, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing.
Overwhelming,
Overwhelming, absolutely. I think that it's so much easier than it was, right? And obviously the pandemic probably forced that issue, right? But you have the ability to give your employees the tools they need, effective to make them effective, for your company to be secure. It's all there. It's here, right? And hopefully we can help you get to that point.
That's an excellent segue to my next question. So well done. Is there anything on WWT's ATC platform you would recommend related to hybrid work?
Well, is this where I get to plug myself and all
Yes,
that? Yeah, okay, of
absolutely.
course,
That's
yeah.
why you're here, sir.
So you talk about the videos,
Yeah.
which are obviously fun to do. What we found is that when we do a demo of a process, and by process I mean like, hey, an interop demo about Cisco, that people actually find a lot of value in those. So I would say that, yeah, absolutely. Not only if you go to the platform, WT.com, you type in collaboration, you are going to find literally hundreds of pieces of content, videos, articles to, again, talk about hybrid work, talk about how we help, not only how we do it internally, but how we can help other people do it.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I personally like about our articles is oftentimes we have 10 steps for XYZ, or the 5 things you need to know about the, and it makes it very digestible and kind of easy to take in.
Yeah, and listen, I love to read stuff, but I can understand why an IT professional is way too busy to ever look at all this stuff.
Yes.
I always make sure in my videos, if you ever want to reach out to us to talk, just, hey, I have this problem. You can do that.
Yeah.
It's not hard to get a hold of us. So.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Okay, so one last question. Okay. Is there anything we didn't discuss in our 10 minutes or so here that you feel like your colleagues who aren't here need to know, or customers who aren't here but might be interested in some of the things going on at Cisco Live?
I think that it's important to realize, well, one thing that we were talking about yesterday was meeting equity, meeting equality, actually, I think it is. And it kind of circled around when people are going back to the office, everybody's sitting in a conference room, well, there's still people remote.
Right.
So I actually got yelled at, not in a bad way, from a remote person saying, hey, you guys, when everyone was at home, we were all on the even playing field. We were all a little box. And now all of a sudden, some people are in the conference room, some people aren't. Cisco's doing stuff to change that to where, they call it people focused, but basically it really levels the playing field from the people in the office or the people who are still remote.
Gotcha.
I think that, I mentioned it already, but it's so easy to work wherever you want now. It's fantastic. So I would say hopefully companies and employees, everyday users realize that, it's incredibly easy to do the stuff that was so hard just 3 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
And I know you just came back from working in our booth.
Yes.
So I am going to ask one more question. Okay. Were the Challenge Labs hopping?
So yes, absolutely. Okay. Yesterday it was absolutely jam-packed.
Yes.
Today, a little slower. By Vegas standards.
We talked about that with Rita. We had a little less pep in our step this morning.
It's a common joke, right?
Yes.
But
it's really
right
true,
when I was
though.
leaving, it was starting to pick back up.
Awesome.
So looking forward to getting back down there.
Fantastic. Well, if you are at Cisco Live, visit Tim in the booth and our other experts, and we appreciate you tuning in for this episode of Cisco Live Shorts.